This was remarkable, and it went. I blame Rob, but I also thank Rob because he correctly pointed out that the only way we could do both shows.
You're literally writing the script, and then people are building sets at the same time, and actors are flying in and kind of doing everything at the same time. Did you like double the crew size? Did you like split up the SG1 crew? Did they just have to do double work? Like how does that kind of thing work?
This was remarkable, and it went. I blame Rob, but I also thank Rob because he correctly pointed out that the only way we could do both shows, do Atlantis really, was to do both shows because the economies of scale kicked in. We were able to share sets. We were able to share resources. But to do that, we had one story department, one art department, one production office, two accountants' offices. Naturally, the money had to be separated. One construction department, and especially the first season of Atlantis, because it was a new show. It was too much for me. I mean, I was like, Rob turned to me at one point, and because I said, "What's Taylor doing in this?" And Rob said, "This is an SG1 script, Brad." And I went, "Yes, I know."
Go back to sleep, Brad.
Yes, yeah, it was bad. It got a bit much. I'm also older, so.
I mean, when I first started on Stargate, I was a baby writer.
When did you start?
I was hired prior to the shooting of the pilot. I was at the read-through actually of the pilot, but I was like a junior writer, and I kind of, there was a couple of other writers who were there, but we were kind of on our own, sitting there wondering what to do because Brad and Jonathan were off making another show called Outer Limits.
That's right.
And
of course.
So, Brad, I just said you did it once before.
You did
How
say
hard
that.
could it be? I mean,
yeah.
And
it actually was easier.
I said I would never do it again.
Here's why it was easier to do Stargate, though, Rob. We were the bosses on Stargate, and MGM trusted us.
Yeah.
And I've worked for other people on the Outer Limits, and they would literally look at, if I had a meeting for Stargate, because they wanted Stargate, they didn't get it, so they would literally double book me, and I would go, "Well, I'm not going to the Outer Limits meeting. I have to go to the Stargate meeting."
Wow.
So
there was we didn't just double the crew. I mean, sorry, double the stages in the crew that we doubled the shooting. We tripled the shooting crew. We didn't double. We had three shooting almost entirely at the same time. Yeah. That was the way we made the budget work. I mean, aside from building sets and repurposing them from one show to the next, we were often shooting. I had three crews shooting at the same time and shuttling. We had a lot of golf carts shuttling actors from one.
I love that because you could pick up a couple of episodes of SG1 along with your SGA episodes. And
I mean, got a bit too much though.
I don't know if it was first season. It may have not been first season, but definitely at one point, I know Amanda, I think she broke the record and shot 5 different episodes on one day.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, imagine you're an actor, you're going home, you're doing your homework, and you're going, "Holy shit."
Homework. Sorry.
This is this episode. This is how I feel in these scenes. And then there were times where we would hold scenes for a long time in order to make a schedule work. And this episode's finished except for these 10 minutes. we'll shoot it in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
it's just talking. There's no visual effects in them. So it was difficult.
Would you do it differently now? Like given the technologies and the tools and all that, like if you were to do this now, how different would it be?
The writing probably wouldn't be any different. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to just get some scripts, and it's easier when you have the same people, the same brains kind of maintaining continuity and using resources. Because when we go, okay, we can use this set for this scene in this show and then repurpose it on the schedule for this one. If you had 2 competing writers' rooms, it wouldn't work.
No,
Right,
and Rob and I, our offices were literally kitty corner, and we would just continually walk into each other's office and say, "Help! I'm on fire," or whatever the emergency was. I'm jumping out the window. That was a line.
Talk me down. Talk me down.
Yeah, that was a real one. I would say to the studio.
But,
Days as well, you'd probably only have to do between 6 and 10 episodes a season. You wouldn't have to do the 40.
Well, that's the other thing. We're making 20 each. But I don't want to sort of sell us short in terms of the time, energy, and effort it took. It was ridiculous. But we were legendary. Like the show was known in the city as one of the best shows to work on because we kept reasonable hours. We didn't do overtime. Even in the writers' rooms, we weren't there till like 12 o'clock at night. We worked smart instead of long.
Yeah, you could have a life. You could have a life.
The thing we were very good at, and it kind of probably bit me in the ass a little bit with networks studios, but we were very protective of our writers and of the material. Like if someone said, if for example a network executive, Bushelka unnamed, said, "I don't approve this script," I would say, "I don't care. We're making it. You can take it up with with MGM when we're done." But
Right.
we're not. That's how they exert power too, and we would just dig in our heels about our material and say, you don't get that say, and it got me in trouble.
But I think that's what makes shows, though. Like, I mean, this is what I miss from shows now. Is I feel like so many movies and shows are this kind of democracy, and I worry that you get this weird watered down. There's no personality to it, and I think that you need.
I mean, look, it's worse than that. I think it's not a democracy. We have reached a point where the executives believe they're the ones writing and creating the show.
Well, they'll be replaced by AI soon, anyways. It's going to be easier to replace the executives than writers.
But even what they're doing is taking their cues from the algorithm, which is telling them this is when this has to happen. This is how quickly this has to happen. You will get notes about where you haven't had any running in 3 minutes, so you have to have a running scene. Like this,
really.
I have to admit, we got a little spoiled on Stargate because we had made a bit of a well-run machine, a bit of a juggernaut that was making studios and networks a lot of money. So we kind of had power there. But I got very lucky on Travelers. I mean, I had a great executive on at Netflix who trusted it and trusted the show. And
I should watch that show.
Trusted me. Okay, how many times have we done this? And
I know every time. Yeah.